So I finally did it. It's something that has been on my mind for a while now. I've wanted to purchase this item for quite some time. I've struggled with it for months. I really could not decide. I kept wanting to get it, you know, because to me it's a natural progression of things, it's a natural order, but I just cannot bring myself to spend that kind of money. But we're not doing too bad for this year, so I finally decided to just go and get it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about this. I finally got the studio display. Okay, so as I said, I finally got the studio display. It's the 27 inch? Wait, let me find out. Okay, so the Apple Mac Studio display, just Studio display, is 27 inch, 5K Retina display, 5120 and 2880 resolution at 218 pixels per inch, 600 nits brightness. It has support for 1 billion colors. It has white color P3 and True Tone technology. And this cost me about 2 grand Singapore dollars. Let me explain why I have been thinking about getting this for a long time but did not until now. When this was first announced, I fell in love with it. I mean, for a while I was like, no, because I used to own the 2015 iMac, and that was like a computer and a screen rolled into one, and that was great. This mic is... But when they first announced the Mac Mini, I was like, oh, why are they separating it? And now the screen is sold separately. And then they announced the Mac Studios and it was like so powerful, which I have. I don't know if you can see it right here. Why are they separating it? And now to get both, you need to spend at least 6-7 grand, if I'm not wrong. I got my Mac Studios for about 5 grand-ish. I've gotten this about 2 grand, so that's 7 grand. When I got my 2015 iMac, that was like 5 grand back in 2015. So that wasn't too bad. I guess 5 years later, $2,000 increment, okay lah, whatever. Inflation is real. But of course, I have a much more powerful machine also. When they first released that and I got the Mac Studios, I was like, okay, shit, now I have to go and get myself a screen. At that time, I could not force myself. I mean, I could not see myself dumping 2 grand for this. 2.2 actually. So I did a bit of research and I actually came across this screen, which is the Samsung M8. And at the point of purchase back in the day, I got it in June or July this year. It costed me about 1.2 grand, a whole $1,000 cheaper than this. And the problems showed itself really quickly. For one, I was not able to... Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I can't talk. Ouch! Fuck! Ah. Okay, that's better. So, let me explain. If you connect your Mac Studios to the Samsung M8, for one, you cannot adjust the brightness. Not on the keys at least, not the usual way that I'm used to. So, I'm a huge Apple fanboy. I have the MacBook Pro 16-inch, old MacBook Pro 2018, the one with the touch bar. I have an even older MacBook Pro, which I currently do not use anymore. It was back when MagSafe was still a thing. I mean, now it's MagSafe again, but I have an Apple Watch, I have an iPhone, and I have an iPad. I have the entire Apple ecosystem. So as you can see right here behind me, this is actually the Samsung M8 screen, the one that I was just talking about. The one next to it is actually an Acer or something. It's a very old screen that I can't remember the model right now, but that's not important. This is the main one that I'm talking about. It's actually honestly a really good monitor, not what I'm looking for, and I can only confirm it after using it. It's all little inconveniences that make me decide to, you know what, I'm just gonna get the Studio display. One of the bigger things for me, which might seem really small, is I am unable to adjust the brightness with the keys on my Apple keyboard. I will need to use the controller that comes with the Samsung M8 in order to adjust the brightness, and it's not like, you know, it's not convenient. I cannot just adjust bright or darker with 1 or 2 taps of the finger. And I like editing in the dark. Well, not really in the dark, but I like having very low warm light. That's my preferred way of editing. I mean, I guess you can tell even from this current setup where I have like 1 light source, 2 light source, 3 over here. That's it. I'm not a huge fan of very white and clean type of look. Having this screen at full brightness at all times is very damaging to the eye, and it's very difficult. And when I first got it, I did not know how to set it to 60 Hz. There was just a constant lag. When I moved my mouse, there was a very apparent lag in the system, and it was very hard to do editing, especially if you want to get in the zone when inspiration hits. It's really hard to do editing when your mouse is moving half a beat slower than you intend it to be. But ever since then, you know, I've learned and I found out how to switch it to 60 Hz, and it was fine now. But the nitpicky side of me will still nitpick a little bit. You know, it's still lagging a little bit, maybe a 1/10 of a second, but it's obvious enough when you really nitpick about it. Again, it's a great screen, just not what I'm looking for. I'm not here to do a full review, I'm just here to share what I have. So we're gonna unbox the Studio display. Okay, so let's do a very quick unboxing and see what's inside the box of the Studio display aside from the screen, of course. Keep in mind that I'm not actually doing full-fledged review. I'm not a tech reviewer, at least not yet. I don't know if I want to do that, but you know, this is just me sharing my content with you guys. So, but nonetheless, let's see what's inside. You know, I've always enjoyed unboxing videos. I've always enjoyed unboxing it myself, so I don't see why this should be any different. So So right off the bat, you see the screen is right. Oh, okay. Push this to the side. Ooh, that's cool. Actually, the Mac Studios box did that too. Like it's like a little origami thing. I feel like I'm very clumsy with this. Okay, let's put the screen aside first. See what's else in the box. Oh, let me just make sure. There's a little box here, probably the cables. Okay, nothing else. So let's see what's in the box first. Oh, I thought they didn't come with the power cord. I thought they forgot to pack it in for me, but I'll show you. Okay, so this box is the Thunderbolt cable. I think it's about 1 meter long. I think this is a cable for me to connect the Mac Studios to the screen. And I'm sure you can do other things. As usual, they have all their manuals and stickers and stuff. Okay, time for the screen. This might just be a very silent unboxing. I'm still not used to being in front of the camera, okay? Cut me some slack. This is, of course, one of the more satisfying portions. Alright, there it is, which is kind of unfair because you got to see the front of the screen before I do, but I got to see the back. Okay, so right off the bat, the screen obviously looks very nice. We'll fit it on later, like when we replace it with the Samsung M8, we'll see how it looks like. But the back, this is how it looks like. With the nice Apple logo and with 4 USB-C ports. I think, yes, only one of it is Thunderbolt. And this is where the power cord is. Now that I think about it, I did recall seeing some reviews that the power cord for this screen doesn't actually come off, or it's not designed to come off. So I think that might be a bit of a letdown for me as well. I like to change my work feng shui a lot, so I would prefer it if it can be removed. Yeah. So the good thing about the new Apple products nowadays, so even the new laptops, the new M1, M2 laptops, all the charging cables are now braided. It's no longer rubber where it would, kind of peel off after. I mean, it does take a while, and I'm not someone that takes good care of my cables, but it's all braided now, so it's really nice. I guess there's nothing else to do but to set it up, right? See you. So it's installed, and after replacing it with the M8 and using it for a hot minute, it's the very first visibly apparent thing is it is smaller than the M8. The M8 is about 32 inches, this is 27 inches. But I didn't think it would be a big deal, but turns out it is. Oh, there's gonna be so many jokes. What I'm trying to say is, jumping down from 32 inches to 27 inches is really visibly apparent. It really does feel like a smaller screen, which in actual fact it is. But the good thing is I can now do very simple things. Little quality of life improvement things like adjusting the brightness with 1 or 2 keys. The mouse does seem a little bit faster. Now it feels like a complete set. Well, this isn't really a full review. Me giving you guys an update on my setup. Like, don't mind the standard of today's video because it's really not like this is something I put together in the last second. I just decided to do the review or the unboxing and review and like, hey, recap year end, kind of last minute. Like on the same day that I got the screen, I'm like, maybe I want to share the unboxing joy with whoever that has taken the time to watch this, and thank you actually. So yeah, I think I prefer this camera setup. I'm gonna do this more often from now on. Bye. There's one more thing I forgot to say, which is another reason why I decided to get the Studio Display instead of the Samsung M8. So the Samsung M8 does not have internal speakers. No, wait, it does, but it's really not good. And the Mac Studios does have its own internal speakers as well, but it's equally not good. So, I was required to link an external speaker via Bluetooth to my Mac Studios just so that I can have decent quality sound. But the Studio Display itself has apparently very, very good speakers, and I think those are the main 2 reasons why I decided to get it. The convenience of having to increase or decrease the brightness, speakers, and decent sound quality, and the fact that it's just more color accurate and it's important for an editor like me. That's it.